Morning guys, so today we're trying something that I've wanted to do for a while, French rations. Now I've ate quite a lot of British Army rations, ORPs, I've ate quite a fair amount of US MREs. In my opinion, British Army ORPs are way better than MREs, not only in taste but also I think in nutritional content. But I've heard a lot about both French and Italian rations, about being the best rations in the world. All sorts of rumours, you hear all sorts of things through the grapevine. I've heard everything from their gourmet dishes to having little portions of wine that come in the ration packs as well. Now I don't believe that, but I've got a French ration pack in the bag and we're going to give it a go this morning. So these are the French Individuelle Reheatable Combat Ration. This is menu 7. It contains Asian chicken and shrimp, Mexican salad, mackerels pate, soup, milky dessert, salted and sweet biscuits, coffee, tea and chocolate, nougat fruit jelly energy bar, muesli, isotonic powdered drink, chocolate bar, jam, packet of tissues, reheating kit and water purifying tablets. In total, there's 3,600 calories, fat 20%, carbohydrates 64% and protein 16%, total weight 1.75 kilograms. So unboxed, it looks like this. I would probably look myself to have, if I was going to use this on a day, maybe have the muesli for breakfast, maybe have the Mexican salad for lunch, and then have the Asian chicken for dinner, and then probably just eat the other smaller snacks throughout the day. Maybe you want to have soup with the dinner as well. I mean, just looking at the packaging, it seems like the brands they use, they do look a lot better than the packaging that you get in, say, British ORPs or American MREs. They're very sterile, but this, you can see this is, this just looks like it's made by a normal food producer. So that's the mackerel in tomato, and then we have I think this is the dessert. It says vanilla anyway, so I'm guessing this is the dessert, and then a few snack bars. I might try this one first. The coffee energy bar. Does taste strongly of coffee. Kind of not too dissimilar from eating a coffee bean raw. It's really got a strong coffee flavour. It's actually quite nice. I think it's quite high in caffeine. It says it's an energy bar anyway. One thing I've noticed with the French rations is they don't supply you with a spoon, whereas with American rations, whereas with British rations, you get a plastic spork or a plastic spoon with your ration pack. This doesn't have that, so if you forget your spoon, you are a little bit screwed with these rations. So this is a chocolate muesli. It's got these little balls of dark chocolate. It's quite nice. If I bought this at home and just like a packaged cereal, had this in the kitchen, I think this is quite nice. It's classed as an energy breakfast, so I'm guessing it's probably got quite a lot of sugar in there. It says soak for 5 minutes. Intense breakfast. This brand, MX3, they actually make rations for the British Army, but only really the Norway rations, so the dehydrated rations the British Army, British military use in Norway. This brand actually make them for the British Army as well. Mexican salad. I'm probably just going to eat this one cold because they have a very similar meal in the British Army ration pack. Let me just try a little bit what it's like cold. If not, I'll warm it up. Yeah, that's quite nice cold. So this is beef and haricot beans, which are kind of like the baked beans, kidney beans, and it's got onions and tomato in there. It's actually quite nice. It's probably not something I'd eat at home, but it's quite nice. It's quite oily. It's probably got quite a lot of fat and energy in there, but it tastes all right. The meal actually contains quite a lot of beef. It's the #1 ingredient, and it's 35% EU beef. And you can tell when you eat through it, there's just so much beef in there. So they're definitely probably spent quite a lot on this ration, or buying this in from this manufacturer that makes this. It tastes really good. High meat content. I can imagine this would cost the French military quite a bit. So for the main meal, the chicken and shrimp, I'm definitely going to heat this up. So this is the French burn-in system. You go, move. It also includes the water purification tablets, which are exactly the same ones the British military use, and what looks like a pack of matches. Toothpicks. So that's just, oh, there's the spoon. Wow, there's the spoon. That is a really crappy spoon. So they do include a spoon with you. It looks only really good enough for making tea. You wouldn't really want to have to eat with that. The British spoon is like way more substantial. It's about that long. It's really sturdy. You can use it time and time again. They kind of giving you this quite flimsy fold-up spoon. So there is a spoon included, and also a black bin bag, which that is actually really useful. So it looks like with this just fold. I've never done one of these before, but I'm guessing you just fold. I'm not 100% sure if this is right, but we can try it. I would guess something like that. Put a block of the, I'm not too sure if this is hexamine, some kind of fuel on there, and then you just sit your ration on top and it cooks. This looks less appetizing cold. This is like one you definitely want to heat up. I mean, I'm sure you can eat it cold, but it's kind of like a gelatinous, soggy kind of feel. Let's put that on there, let that warm up. And I think there's a way you can use this as a little saucepan somehow, but I'll probably just use my, oh yeah, there you go. I'm not too sure how toxic this fuel is. Obviously hexamine, which was the old British Army fuel, which actually now has been replaced, was actually quite toxic. You wouldn't want to breathe it in. So I'm just trying to keep my distance and the dogs, especially the dogs' distance from it. Don't want to be breathing in anything toxic that's going to make us pass out. And this is heated up really quick. This has only been about maybe a minute, maybe slightly more, and it's already starting to bubble. So it's really efficient. Seems to be a really efficient little cooking system. It actually looks really nice and tasty now it's warming up. We're just kind of breaking down the fatty gelatinous stuff. It's actually starting to look more and more appealing. Just give that another minute or so just to fully warm through. Okay, so probably about 2 minutes. That's boiling away nicely. Got a bit of shrimp there, noodles. Was that carrot? There's a bit of shrimp there. That's actually really nice. I'm not the biggest fan of shrimp, but yeah, it's nice. Now this one, I believe, is the pudding, Mont Blanc, vanilla. Oh, so this is like a, maybe like a yogurt, like a mousse. If you're from the UK, it's like I think Angel Delight, I think it's called, that old school thing, that old school 80s thing. No, it's really nice though. That's actually really nice. It'll probably go nice with a coffee afterwards as well. So we got a few fruit and cereal bars here. So we have nougat, fruit nougat, peach and apricot energy bar, and a pate of fruits. Let's try this one first. Be quite interesting what this is like. This is kind of like a tastes quite nice, quite sugary on top. Tastes just pretty much like a sweet, maybe like a, I don't know, a bit like a wine gum, like a fruity wine gum. And sugar's the #1 ingredient, so yeah, really sugary. Let's try the other one, the nougat, fruit nougat. Okay, so like kind of that white nougat stuff, just with fruit mixed in. It's okay. Maybe it could be a little bit sweeter. The other bar was probably nicer, the fruit pate. This isn't so bad. Again, probably nice with a coffee. And then the peach and apricot energy bar. I don't know when they say energy if it's just sugar or if it has caffeine in there. Can't see caffeine on the ingredients list, so I think it's probably just glucose, sugar. This is very similar texture to the coffee one we had at the beginning. Coffee was probably my favourite. Out of all these different fruit, cereal, energy bars, the first one, coffee, cafe, I think that was the best one. But they're all okay, they're all certainly eatable. And there's a chocolate bar as well. It says Noir 60%. So I'm guessing this is dark chocolate. This is quite interesting because I think in like British military rations, I don't think they would ever put like dark chocolate in there. You know, they kind of put stuff in there that appeals to kind of everybody. I think dark chocolate's a bit of a, maybe more just so in the UK, it's more of a speciality thing. You know, a lot of people, you think, you know, 18-year-old young soldier, are they really going to want dark chocolate? I mean, it's all right. I don't mind dark chocolate, but I certainly don't think this is something you'd see in British military rations. It's quite bitter. It's okay. I mean, I prefer milk chocolate, but dark's okay. But I certainly wouldn't think this would be that popular in a British military ration. I think that just is an example of the difference in palate between, say, the French and British people, or Americans. It's all right though, can't complain. Seems an okay dark chocolate. There's a box of biscuits. There's a variety of different biscuits in there. There's salted biscuits, cereal biscuits, and chocolate biscuits. Let's take a look at these. Oh, so you can tell by the colours what's what. So I think the ones to this side, I think these are the chocolate ones. Oh, they don't seem to be in any particular order. Well, there's salted cereal and chocolate in there. Don't quite know how you tell them apart. Maybe chocolate's the dark one. Let's just try it. So the darker ones, well, that's certainly sweet, so I'm guessing that's chocolate. There's the lighter one. This is probably salted, I'd say. It's quite salty, that one. And there's another light one that's got a bit more sprinkle texture on it. I think this is probably cereal, I would guess. Yeah, I think that's right. So cereal, salted, and chocolate. They give you some various spreads and jams. I mean, this brand, they actually produce stuff for the British military rations as well. Andros, apricot, you get strawberry, apricot, raspberry in the British military rations. So this shouldn't be something too far out the unexpected. Let's try it with a chocolate biscuit. Kind of an apricot puree. It's alright. I'm not really a big fan of these. In the British military rations, they generally throw these away. And they just kind of, after see them as a bit pointless. But it's okay. It goes okay with this biscuit. I mean, some people are going to like them. And we have the mackerel and tomato. I'm not the biggest fan of mackerel. This ration pack is quite heavily seafood dominated, where the shrimp, now we've got the mackerel. Again, probably not the biggest fan. But let's try it with some of the salted biscuits. Maybe it goes okay. So it doesn't really look hugely appetizing. I guess you could warm this up, but we're just going to have it cold. I mean, I don't particularly dislike mackerel, but it's certainly not a favourite of mine. It spreads on quite nicely. It's actually not too bad. I'm not a big fan of mackerel, but it's actually not too bad at all. Not bad. Okay, so just warming up some water with the jet boil now. Probably should have found a flatter surface to put it on. This is instant soup. Cream of vegetable, it looks like. So, I mean, I could use the French burner, but if you've got a jet boil, obviously in the military, you're just going to use the jet boil. You go, careful. So this is the cream of vegetable soup. It tastes reasonable enough, not that much different from a cup of soup in the UK or any of these kind of powdered soups. It's probably a bit nicer than just drinking a tea and coffee. I mean, it's got the benefit of a tea or coffee and warming you up. You know, but it's soup, it's got some calories in there. It's something to fill your stomach up if you're feeling a bit hungry. So it's a nice addition. Cream of vegetable soup. So this is the hot drinks pack. So this is a instant hot chocolate, a mint tea, I would assume, saline, black tea, I would guess. a couple of sugars, salt and pepper for your other meals, and instant coffees. So I'm not really a big coffee fan. I'll drink coffee from time to time. We're going to try the instant hot chocolate. And the hot chocolate is actually really nice. It's not overly sweet. Again, it tastes more of a dark chocolate. Probably suits the French palate more than the British American palate that's more just used to really, really sweet things. But that's nice. I'm generally not a big fan of drinking tea and coffee, especially when I'm doing hiking and stuff like that. I just tend to drink water, but I think a hot chocolate is a nice alternative as well. I generally just save drinking tea and coffee for when I'm indoors or at a restaurant, something like that. Don't tend to drink it too much outside. And the very last thing in the ration pack to try is the isotonic citron, I guess that's lemon, powder drink. It says mixed with 500 milliliters of water, so I'm just going to probably just put a quarter of the pack in there, because this is probably about like 100 milliliters. Yeah, it's quite nice. And I think the isotonic drinks you actually get in the British Army rations are probably nicer than this. Personal favourite is the tropical isotonic that you get in the British ones. That's okay. It's sugary, it's sweet, it's going to give you energy, it's going to keep you going. You can put that in your water bottle, just a bit of extra energy when you're hiking. So that was everything from the French ration packs. Overall, I think the French ration packs seemed good, especially this menu anyway was good. It did have quite a bit of seafood in there, which I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of seafood. I really like the fact it comes with this little black bin bag. You can get all your rubbish in there, not create too much of a mess. Just finishing off the hot chocolate now. The only one thing that I think the British Army rations are superior in is the French ones only give you tissues. In the British Army rations you get tissues, but you also get like, you know, sterilizing wipes, antibacterial wipes that you can clean things like your mug down, and you know, clean your hands down. So that's the only thing that I didn't find in the French rations that I do think the British rations are. I mean, in terms of food, it's at least equivalent or maybe even better than the British rations, certainly better than American MREs. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you have a particular favorite nation ration, is it MREs, is it ORPs, Polish, Russian, let me know what you guys like, and I'll see you in a future video.